In this episode of The Landscape, I got a chance to speak to Marino Wijay, who is a staff solutions architect at Kong and also a CNCF ambassador based in Canada. Marino is all about service meshes and is also all about building community by organizing events and providing spaces for people of all backgrounds and levels of experience to share their knowledge. This episode is brought to you by OVH Cloud, the global cloud provider delivering industry-leading performance and cost-effective solutions. From managed Kubernetes to private registries, OVH Cloud has the cloud-native tools you need. OVH Cloud, the world needs different. Now, let's check out the episode with Marino.
Hi, my name is Marino Wijay. I am a staff solutions architect at Kong, the API management and service mesh company, and a bunch of other things that they do too in the developer space.
Now, different ambassadors do different things. What's your area of focus as a CNCF ambassador?
I like to show off projects, but out in the open through things like events, conferences, meetups, and even doing things on social media. So I'm the kind of person that just likes to throw out ideas and then get the conversation going, only because sometimes we tend to work in a little bit of a silo when we write code, when we contribute to open source. And sometimes we need to bring out a lot of that magic out into the public space. So one of the things that I've done previously was run a conference. I ran it 2 years in a row, and it showed me how much of a story we get to see from people when they get up on stage and allow them to tell us how we use these CNCF products and technologies and ecosystems.
Now, the CNCF landscape is pretty big, over 200 projects. Which projects are you most excited about?
I'm really excited about, well, shameless plug Kuma, because Kuma Mesh is starting to grow again and get pretty big and sizable in terms of the people that use the technology. But
If there are people who don't know about it, could you just give me some background?
Yeah, so Kuma Mesh is another service mesh offering in the CNCF ecosystem as well, alongside technologies like Istio, as well as Cilium and other service mesh technologies like Linkerd as well. And one of the interesting things about Kuma Mesh is that it's not widely used in the sense of like contributions. And so we want to really drive that noise again. Now, if you're using a service mesh, it might be one of Istio, Linkerd, or Kuma, or even Cilium. Honestly, they all do roughly the same thing, but they've got some really unique traits about each one of them.
Okay. Any other projects that have caught your attention?
Yes, I've been really paying attention to the Dapr project. The Dapr project is kind of interesting in how it decouples the idea of networking from applications, but still allows applications to do their thing, still allow them to have service integration across different services within, let's say, Kubernetes, and kind of mimics some of the things that Service Mesh does, in addition to some of the logic it brings that Service Mesh used to bring as well, or it still currently brings as well. I'm excited to see where it goes and where it grows, because I see that it fits in that TCP/IP or OSI model that we have out there.
Okay. Now, in terms of trends that are going on right now in the cloud native ecosystem, we hear about platform engineering, we hear about eBPF, we hear about AI. What trend are you paying most attention to and you think deserves even more attention?
I think we're going to see a lot more of the practice of platform engineering. We see a lot of technology around platform engineering, but we don't see enough of how people are actually doing this from a day-to-day standpoint. So what I expect to see is some of the end users come out to tell their stories of how using tools like a CI/CD pipeline to automate a lot of their tasks for them has sped up their deployment cycles, helped them with their developers and how they can actually iterate faster. Actually, the real stuff, not the things we talk about on stage. And it's important to see how technologies like AI is going to influence that. I'm not saying that AI is going to be the center stage here, but we're actually seeing how it can, move the needle very quickly.
So if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that?
So I'm on Blue Sky, virtualize6.wtf. I'm also on X. I'm also on LinkedIn. You can find me pretty easily. And then I'm also on the CNCF Slack. So if you've ever got questions about networking, things I love around networking, routing, switching, all of that data center jazz, hit me up. If you want to talk about Cilium, hit me up. I love that technology too. And if you want to talk about how do you move from being in a developer relations role to some of the other roles as well that exist in the tech space, chat with me about it. I'm happy to really share my perspective because I've been in different roles as well. And I want people to realize that they can do a lot more than what they see in front of them today.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Marino. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Cheers.